Joseph turned crisis into opportunities. So from that scriptures, actually it's not only in that verses that we found, that we find Joseph, si Joseph, ihimo niya ang mga troubles and problems sa iyang kinabuhi, he turned it into opportunities. It's from the verse 37, chapter 37 to, I think chapter 55 or 50. So, but I choose that verse to make us understand how the problem and crisis and troubles of Joseph in his time becomes an opportunity later. Okay. Reading again from the book of Genesis, reading again from the book of Genesis chapter 53 verse 41 verse 53 to 57. The word of God says, "Then the 7 years of plenty which were in the land of Egypt ended." So it was in the dream of Joseph, when Joseph was interpreting dreams, and he interpreted the dream of Pharaoh. It was in the dream of Pharaoh that there was 7 years of plenty. Meaning there were 7 years of abundance. No? The harvest is good, sobra. And there are also 7 years of famine. I was imagining last night when I was reading, what if God will give them 7 years of famine? But of course, God will not allow that to happen without 7 years of plenty. Okay? So we can see here that Joseph had prepared. And it's God that prepared Joseph to be in Egypt to prepare for that great famine. Okay? And we will realize this morning that if Joseph did not obey God, if Joseph would just resist and did not follow God's will in his life, I don't think that Egypt would be continuing its generations of people. Maybe even us now. Imagine 7 years of famine. One day palang ganing ang dili ka magkakaon, magpurong na imong mga unod. One day palang one meal. Sometimes ganing we complain na atong food, lang, the vegetables. How much more if we have 7 years of famine? Okay? So in verse 54, then 7 years of famine began to come. And as Joseph said, the famine was in all lands, but the land of Egypt, there was bread. It is because of obedience of Joseph. So the neighboring lands, the neighboring cities, countries, has no food. 7 years, people have harvested food in their country, but they are not prepared because they don't know of this dream. It's only Joseph knows what to do that time. It's only Joseph has the idea to say, as what we have read. So imagine if the Egyptian harvested food or crops, they have spared and saved. You know that in the history, you remember that the U.S. the Americans, they bombed Japan, right? After the Japanese War, after the Japanese, they bombed Pearl Harbor, where the American soldiers are. There's a movie of that. You better see that to remember that history. After that bombing, the American got even. Gusto nila manimalos. So, after that, the Japanese, or the Japan country was being bombed with atomic bomb. That's the reason why Korea has a lot of deaf people. Because Japan and Korea is very near. So when the bomb exploded, wala nang po nangamatay ang mga tao. No? It said there that the poison in the bomb, the atomic, what's that word? Radiation. Ganun sa TV, galing sa TV, magkanaon yung umuhan. Unang mukha na dire. That is radiation. In your cell phone, you also have radiation. Too much radiation makes the people in the land of Japan and neighboring countries, what? Not normal, difficulty. Pregnant mothers, when the baby is born, become deaf. Become mentally retarded. But we can see that the Japanese country now is first. Why? Because they have seen. People in Japan, how they do it? When the Japanese people was destroyed, and when Japan was destroyed, and Japanese people doesn't know what to do, they were so disciplined that even what they eat, they say. Understand? For example, if I make coffee, 2 sugars, right? If you like sweet coffee, then you put 2 kutsarang asukal. The Japanese people would 1